What's going on, guys? Indy here with Ultimate Tool Reviews. Now, if you know me, you know my channel. I love Makita tools. I do a lot of Makita tool reviews, talk about Makita stuff a lot. But if you're into Makita at all, you kind of understand that Makita doesn't really like to advertise or really tell anyone when they release a new tool. It's not very common of them to, say, hey, we released this new tool, but throwing out some big advertising for it. There's a big, maybe thing at Home Depot for it. Nope. Oftentimes they kind of just hope you'll figure it out eventually, or they take that new tool and kind of throw it into one of the kits and kind of maybe just change the kit model number by like one number, and hopefully you figure it out from there. So anyways, guys, this is going to be some kind of, new Makita tools in here, as well as a few that have been out for a little while now, or maybe even a couple of years that you might haven't yet even heard of. Some of these tools, maybe they were like LXT and other XGT, some the other way around. So let's jump right into this. All right, this first tool here is going to be that Makita handheld blower. This is going to be a high-speed, low-volume blower. Pretty cool blower. Now, this came out in XGT first, but it's now out in LXT. So you probably have seen this tool before if you're into Makita, but you haven't probably seen the LXT version. It's definitely not as common, and it's pretty much the same price as the XGT version as well, too. So if you weren't aware, there is the LXT version out now. Of course, it's got like 2 reviews on Amazon, and it's over $200. So kind of waiting for this tool to come down in price or have like a sale, or maybe find one on eBay myself before I grab one, just because they're so pricey. All right, moving on to the next tool. This is going to be the Makita cordless lantern. This kind of first came out with some of their, they did that kind of outdoor series and that kind of greenish style of tools there. But this is kind of a tool pretty much almost only useful for like camping, maybe working like an attic or something like that. But it's kind of a strange tool that you don't really see from any other brands, where it literally is a lantern with like a built-in radio. So kind of interesting there. It's a little bit different of a tool, something I don't really see too often. But it's not a very common, it's not in stores, of course. You can't really see it too much. So it's not really talked about by any reviewers. And it's kind of just an interesting, unique tool there to check out. So definitely a little bit of an odd tool, but not really common from Makita there. All right, next tool that is surprisingly not in stores a lot, and it's not on sale ever. This is also one of the tools that I actually bought the DeWalt version because it is literally like 40 bucks on eBay for a used one, whereas even these are used on eBay for like $120 plus still. This is going to be, of course, the sheet sander. And this is a tool I use quite a bit. My wife uses them for doing furniture work, but they're so expensive and just kind of, they don't really push them at all. You'd think these would be on sale for woodworkers. You'd have some deals on them. I know Milwaukee has one, DeWalt has one, and they're all over the place. But the Makita one is pricier. It's not very common. It's not in stores. Kind of a weird move on Makita there for something like this. It's such a commonly used tool for a lot of people that they really are not pushing out at all. No sales, not even in store. Kind of just a weird choice by Makita there, but they do make one, so that's pretty cool there. Also, they do make a 1/3 sheet sander. Not a tool that I would use myself, but they have made a cordless version of it, and most people don't know they have a cordless version of it. So that is pretty cool there. Again, yeah, it's pretty much $200, so something to be aware of there. But they do make it. It's not very common. Most people didn't even know they made one. I talked to people that are into Makita too that I know, and they had no idea this tool even existed. I know it's been out for, I think, at least a year now. It's currently only at 31 reviews on the Amazon store. And when I talk about Amazon, I mean this is the Makita store. This is all sold by Makita directly, all these items that I'm talking about. All right, moving on to the next one. This is a tool that you've probably heard about if you're into Makita a lot, but it's not a very common tool because Milwaukee has this category just totally taken over here. This is going to be the oil impulse driver. Now, Milwaukee has, of course, their own version of this. You can find those on eBay all day long for 70, 80, 90 bucks in pretty good condition. This tool, however, is far, far more rare, and it never really goes below 180 or so on eBay. So I don't really think it's worth picking up myself. I can just pick up the Milwaukee version, and they're pretty much, I'm pretty much the same tools, honestly, but maybe it's a little different quality. I'm not really sure, but I know the Milwaukee version is a bit newer than this one as well, and DeWalt has not released a version of this at all. So if you want an oil impulse driver, Makita does have one. If you have no idea what those are, basically what they are is instead of just using, motion to hit that hammer and impact, it's actually now oil filled, so it makes it a lot quieter, but your downside is it's going to be a bit slower and quite a bit less power as well too. but you, of course, you're getting a little bit smoother motion and a bit, quite a bit quieter tool as well. So Makita does make one, been out for a while. They just never go on sale. They don't ever push them. They're not in stores. It's just not a very common tool at all there. All right, so this is a tool that I just discovered today. Had no idea this was out at all. I haven't seen this at all. Probably because it looks exactly like the XGT version that just came out. This is the XPK02. Now I have the XPK01. It's a great planner. I got it for like 99 bucks on Amazon. The new version is 3 times the cost and pretty much $300. So quite a jump. Of course, they've added a few, features to it. I know it's got a little bit deeper of a cut. They had AWS, which is going to be Makita's Bluetooth system for allowing you to, when you turn the tool on, it'll also turn a vacuum on as well too, which is pretty cool. So this is the new one, and I didn't even know they made an LXT version of this. That's news to me. I have no idea. They never announced it in any emails that I could see. I know the XGT version, which looks identical to this, but yes, they do have the new XPK02 in the LXT version now, or 18 volt. So that's pretty cool. They finally have that, and pretty neat to see. All right, so Makita makes a bunch of different, stick vacuums as well as Hikoki / Metabo HPT. But they're always quite a bit more expensive. My wife uses these for a cleaning business quite a bit. We have both the Hikokis and the Makitas. She uses most of the Makitas, but we're kind of starting to go into more Hikoki stuff, ordering it direct from Japan. It's still cheaper than buying the Makitas, because there's a Hikoki version of this which looks almost identical, honestly, and I got it imported from Japan for about 110, 120 bucks. And it's also the 36 volt version, so it's also quite a bit more powerful, and it uses the exact same batteries as Metabo HPT. So this is a new tool that I have not even seen before, the XLC11. So of course here it's totally new. Makita does not push these stick vacuums at all. They're pretty great tools, honestly, but beware, they're not designed for job site use. Don't push this thing out through a job site, sucking up sawdust. It's not designed for that. It's designed for more of the, cleaning, hospitality industry. Is definitely not for on the job site use there. But again, this looks like it's a pretty close clone of the Hikoki version. I wouldn't be surprised if Hikoki / Metabo HPT and Makita, they kind of do a lot of, joint stuff together when it comes to some of these tools. Because some of their tools out of Japan look almost identical, just with kind of different color bodies, and that's about it. But the stick vacuums from Makita are very, very hard to keep track of. They kind of come out with them once in a while with, crazy pricing on them. They come out with the XGT version of the stick vacuum. I think it was like $400 or $500 in a kit. And I was like, okay, cool, it's coming out. I'll see if my wife wants one. I'm like, not for that kind of pricing when the current LXT ones are like 70, 80 bucks. So unusual tool from Makita, as definitely well as very high pricing, unfortunately. All right, so this is going to be a new tool that is just pretty much being released right now. Although we were aware of it recently, it's just not one of those tools that is, talked about at all right now. We didn't really have an exact, date when it was coming out. There's a few articles that were done about a year ago, back in January almost at this point. And it kind of said, maybe like Q3, summer. But this is going to be the new XDT, or XPH 16 here, replacing the older XPH 14. Now, it's going to be a little confusing here because this is going to be more of a compact version of the XPH 14. It's not really going to be like a replacement. I'm not really sure on this one for the XPH 14, but it's kind of like a more, just kind of smaller one, I guess. But it's not going to be compact or subcompact that they are talking about just yet. But of course, they're talking about how, hey, it's, it's compact ergonomic design. I did a video on this drill previously, and they talked about how it's going to be slightly less power, and of course it's going to be a bit smaller and a bit lighter. The XPH 14 is pretty heavy, it's pretty big, but it's a great drill, and I've heard some issues with it, with the chuck and some of the transmission with it being some issues, but I never had any issues with mine, so I can't really comment on any of the issues that I've had myself. However, though, this is going to be all new. Note the pricing here, $329, and it gets even weirder here. So check this out, $329. I will say, I'm coming back to this in just a second. If we go to the, where is it? Right here. The tool-only version with 2 batteries and the drill, it's $359. Now, that's kind of weird. This is from Makita directly here. So I can basically get an impact driver with this and also save like 40 bucks. 30 bucks, kind of weird there. I'm not really sure what's going on there exactly. But if we go back to the two-piece combo kit, and it's both 5 Ah batteries with both of those kits too, you also get an impact driver on here. And this is not the XCT16, it's not the 19, it's not even going to be the new TD173 that's in Japan right now. This is actually the XPH14. That's kind of weird because the XPH14, I think, was the last time I had one was like 2.5 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. And I thought that was kind of the outgoing model because the XCT16 replaced it and then the XCT19 came out. So this is like 3 generations old now, and I'm not sure why this is in a kit with a brand new drill. Honestly, the 19 is even more compact than the 14 from what I've seen, as well as a bit more power too. So I am not sure we're seeing the XPH or XDT 14 again for some weird reason in 2023. I thought this thing would be long gone by now. No idea. But this kit gets even weirder. Stay with me on this one. Check this out. They have a new charger on this. Now, from the research that I've done, now there is nothing confirmed by Makita on this. So everything I'm about to tell you is not confirmed by Makita. This is found from a tool guide article that I found, and it's not confirmed, of course, and as well as a few Japanese websites that are talking about this new charger. This charger is not a rapid charger by any means, which is unusual. Some of the specs I've seen on this charger, it's basically going to be basically like a normal charger. It's not replacing the RC. This is going to be a WC charger. This is just basically a more compact, cheaper charger. I don't know if it has a fan in it or not. I'm guessing no, but it's weird. Like, why are we downgrading chargers here, Makita? You think it'd be a new rapid charger? I'm not saying like we need to have stuff charge faster, but you can give me a more compact, maybe to like put 2 fans in it or something like that would be kind of cool. There's an upgrade, there's an upgrade, that's all I need, it's kind of cool. But no, this is going to be a slower charger. It's basically maybe like the new, non-rapid charger, if I had to throw a guess. But why are we seeing this in 2023 with this all-new hammer drill here that's, of course, they're asking quite a premium for, as well as a rather outdated XDT14 here. Very unusual, especially that price point of $329. So no idea what's going on with Makita here. This is a very, very unusual combo kit here that I'm kind of just like stumped here in this one. I have no idea what they're doing. So I'm not too sure what they're going on with that one. And I'll move over to the, oddly enough, more expensive kit here with the XPH16. It's got 2 5s. It does have the RC charger in here, so that's, of course, the one you want. That's the rapid charger. But this is going to be more expensive, and you don't get the impact. So I don't really know what to say about that exactly. Kind of unusual. I just don't know what to say. It's just really weird by Makita. No idea what they're doing there. All right, so if you kind of follow Makita's miter saws, you probably know they have an XGT miter saw. They've got the 36-volt miter saws. I had no idea they make an 18-volt miter saw, and it looks pretty similar to the 36-volt ones, maybe a bit more compact here. And it's kind of very similar to kind of like the Hikoki Metabo HPT styles here. You got the battery in the back there. You got a cool kind of light coming off of it too, like a reading light kind of thing. I don't know what's going on there. But this is going to be a 6.5 inch, so much smaller, much more compact. Had no idea this tool even existed until I was kind of researching, unusual tools that I can find. Kind of searching for like some of the lower ratings on Amazon, just to kind of find some of this stuff. But this is the XSL05. And $620, that's pretty expensive for, just an 18-volt compact, cordless saw. The 36-volt saws, which of course are bigger, more powerful. Mine's a 10-inch, I think. And I got mine on clearance for like $250 in the kit. But they regularly go for, I think, like $500 or $600 in that range when you find them on deals and stuff. So I don't know why you'd want this saw exactly at that price point. Again, Makita, we could see some deals, which would be awesome to have. And I'd love to kind of see some more of this tool, but very unusual that I haven't seen this before. All right, talking about unusual tools and just tools that kind of fly so far on the radar, I have no idea why Makita does this. This is an LXT tool. Get this though, it's a 4-in-1 design. It's an impact driver, hammer drill, and a drill driver all in one. I always thought it'd be kind of funny to do like, a hammer drill and an impact driver all in one. And Makita did it. They got it here. So this is going to be a brushless tool. It's clearly designed for like light to mid duty use, definitely not, heavy duty construction or anything here. You can kind of tell by the design here. It's designed definitely for more light work, but I say that though, but at $314, I mean, I can pick up a drill and impact kit with batteries for cheaper than that. from Makita. So I'm really not sure where this tool really kind of fits in Makita's lineup here exactly. Like if this tool is like 99 bucks, I'd be like, wow, this is a kind of a cool tool for homeowners, you know, maybe for like light tradesmen, maybe like AC guys, you know. But $315, that's crazy expensive for this tool when honestly I'd probably just rather save 50 bucks and buy two separate tools that are going to be more powerful than this. I just don't understand this tool at all. I kind of want to maybe send Makita an email on this one and be like, what is this tool for at this price point? So I've got no idea. I really don't know what to say about this tool at all. It's such an unusual tool. I've never seen anyone mention this before. And this is kind of the tool that just, I found this morning. I'm just like, what is this tool and what is this for exactly? Yeah, it doesn't really show, you know, a ton of power. It's interesting to see an impact driver here with 2 speeds in a transmission. That's really unusual to see. I don't know how long this tool would last here, having impact and hammer drill modes with that transmission there. That seems like we put a lot of stress on that and definitely not be good for overall longevity there. So if you guys have this tool, let me know. I would love to hear from you if you have this. I'd love to hear how this tool works. I just know that I'm not going to pay $315 for this tool. I think that's crazy expensive when I could just get separate tools and they'd probably be better and cheaper. All right, the final tool here, kind of just a bonus. Of course, this tool is very well known. This is going to be Makita's top handle 36-volt saw, but currently almost 80% off, and it's $87. And this is from Makita Direct. It is not refurbished. It seems to be brand new here. $87, pretty sweet deal. So guys, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed these tools. You guys using these tools in the video? Let me know. I'd love to hear about your experiences on those. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Have a great day.